We thought, how could Antarctica ever be better than this? It's different. Completely different. Don't think I'm going to see this in Antarctica. It's different.
Yeah, and the honest truth is that that's partly why this is in 3 legs and why it's done the way it is because each section is different.
Yeah.
But man, to do it all together is just insane.
So Punta Arenas is known for its very high winds, up to 83 miles per hour, and it is kind of by the entrance of the Strait of Magellan, so you're getting those Patagonian Antarctic winds up here. This is the port of Punta Arenas, Chile. The first time we were here, we were not able to even land because the wind was so bad they closed the port. We are now here for a second time, and the port was open. The tenders were working. Lots of people went ashore, and sometime between 2 and 3, they basically shut down the tender service because the wind got up to 40 knots. So right now they're just going to pick the people up that are on shore before it's time for them to go, or when it's time for them to go. And no one else can go ashore. So it is rough. We were watching the tender boats at the moment. Very glad that we weren't on them. Okay, then we went to Ushuaia, Argentina.
Tierra del Fuego.
Yes, this is known as the end of the world, or is it the end of the earth? End of the world. And you can actually go out and see a sign, I believe, that says that. If you want to do that. They have Tierra del Fuego National Forest. Mm-hmm. They've got like a train thing you can take. They've got all kinds of excursions.
They have an old prison there.
Mm-hmm. There's really a lot to see. There's stuff you can see just walking off, and there's excursions, private and ship excursions galore. There's tons to choose from. Just remember, we have been twice. It is windy, rainy, cold. So if you're planning on doing a great deal of walking, you might want to keep that in mind and be sure you've got the right clothing.
Yeah. All right. So you see how we're dressed. We made it off the ship, halfway down the dock.
That didn't work. We have on jeans.
It didn't work.
Okay, so we're in Ushuaia. I'm just going to say, guys, so it's like 41 today, which is warmer than some of the time it was when we were up in the Arctic Circle.
That wind is blowing so hard out there.
It's so icy. The only thing I can compare it to is when we were in Dunedin, New Zealand, and it was raining and it was windy, and you knew you were near Antarctica because the wind was like ice hitting you. That's what it feels like here. So even once we realized we were complete idiots to not take our face masks, complete idiots to not have long johns on, and long socks to cover our ankles, even after we realized our gloves, that were never inadequate, even in the Arctic, up in Norway, even when we were in Iceland, it was like wearing nothing. I mean,
you know what we really realized?
It was so cold.
We really realized that we like indoors with heating. That's what we realized.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, we turned around. We walked maybe a third of the way down the dock towards the terminal. Not very far.
Came back.
Turned around to come back because it was raining. Like, not hard, but a little bit of rain, right? And honestly, the wind was blowing so hard from behind us at that point, instead of into our face, it felt like you're just getting soaked in rain in your pants, down through your underwear, just freezing cold. Now, I get on the boat and my pants are barely damp.
That's the odd part, is your pants feel fine. And I think it's just the wind is blowing so hard.
Like straight through your jeans. Like you might as well be wearing nothing and getting hit with ice wind.
Ugh.
Yeah, I was shocked. We were not really counting on this, and thank God on this kind of cruise you see all the stuff of Antarctica through the windows of the ship, and you just dip in and out for better pictures for a moment at a time.
And you know what? They serve Irish coffee.
Yeah, this was a shocker. I literally only wore a long sleeve shirt under my puffy jacket, but we have on windbreakers over puffy jackets. And Tim has a lot on under his. I only have a long sleeve t-shirt because you guys saw me in, where were we? In Norway, walking through the park. It was basically this temperature.
Yeah.
But it was a little sunnier, but kind of half sun, half clouds. I was stripped down to, did I have a tank top on or a long sleeve t-shirt?
Long sleeve shirt, yeah.
Yeah, all my jackets around my waist, my gloves off, my hat off.
But now yesterday I was out on deck and I was in a t-shirt for about 5 minutes. That's about all I could take.
I didn't find it that cold on deck. I only wore a sweater over a tank top. So today? I don't know what the heck today is different, and it is miserable. So people did go do stuff, but I'm so glad we didn't book the catamaran ride.
Oh gosh, that would be miserable.
And the water in the channel has got to be rough with that wind, right? On a catamaran. And I'm glad we come back. I hope the weather's different.
Yes, so we will come back and we will try it again, and hopefully we'll have better news for you. But as for today, heck no.
Yeah, so the next time we're back, we're hoping to do a walking tour that has some food and wine tasting and history. And we're going to wait till the last minute to book that. We might lose it, but we want to know the weather first.
Absolutely.
Especially the wind. Okay, guys, we're just keeping it real here.
All right, so we made it back out here. It's not near as windy once you get off the pier. We're still dressed incredibly warm, and it feels so nice.
So on the pier, the wind was so strong trying to walk against it. And literally, once you get onto the kind of like the main pier area instead of the one out through the ships, not even windy. Like, we can talk to you.
It's nice. Yeah, we couldn't have said a word back there.
No. So even if it's really, really bad, persevere and keep coming.
Well, from there, you're going to go around Cape Horn, which, learn your history, because that is what it's all about.
Like one of the deadliest places in the world for ships. Like, did they say there's been like 10,000 ships have sunk or something?
No, it's over 700 ships and over 10,000 people have lost their lives there. And the thing is most of this happened at the turn of the century.
Right, like a while ago, not like it's happening now. But it's supposedly one of the most deadly places. Now, when we went through, it was
smooth.
Yeah,
super
it was beautiful, clear, smooth. You could see it all. It was fun to learn all the history and see it, but it wasn't quite the adventure we had thought it could be.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why they made the strait, to avoid going around the Cape, because it was so dangerous.
And I was really confused.
I mean, they didn't make the strait, they found the strait.
I was really confused because it seemed to curve a lot. It was not that straight.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on. Falkland Islands. We're doing a whole video on the Falkland Islands like we talked about earlier. If you want to see penguins, the king penguins especially, make sure you book way in advance. FYI, Falkland Islands uses their own SIM card.
Yes. You will not have Wi-Fi there. They don't have free Wi-Fi in cafes.
You have to purchase it for the Falkland Islands.
Yes. That's an important thing to know that we did not know. Also, if you want to go out and see the king penguins, that is like an 8-hour tour in a 4x4 on some non-existent roads about half the way. It is a very rough ride. So if you have any kind of physical issues that, if you don't ride the rides at Disneyland, definitely don't ride the 4x4 out to the king penguins. Again,
this is what we have heard. Yeah. We did not go ourselves, so.
And as you'll see on the video, we saw 2 other kinds of penguins. We just picked up a quick excursion right off the dock where we landed. Mm-hmm. There's tons of them, and that was great. There's also a ho-ho bus there. Okay, all that's on the video. Okay, then we went to Puerto Madryn, Argentina.
Puerto Madryn is kind of funny because now we're heading back north again. So we're going up the eastern coast of Argentina. It is actually a beach resort town of Argentina. But when we were there, we did not get off the ship because it was windy, and we looked down in the water and there were jellyfish everywhere.
The beaches look beautiful, but I would not go in the water. As we learned today from a naturalist, he said If the locals are not in the water, don't go. It means there's sharks or these giant jellyfish. And these jellyfish, guys, can be up to 18 feet long. And looking at them in the water all around the boat as we sailed out and just in the port right next to the ship. Huge.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wouldn't want to be in the water with them.
So this town, though, actually, it's a city. It is someplace that would be kind of fun to explore. That day for us, it just did not work out to get off the ship.
Yeah, we did not get off.
That takes us to Montevideo, Uruguay.
We are also going back there for a month on land, so follow us on Tay's Life with Us if you want to see that.
We didn't get off.
We are getting off tomorrow and taking a walk around Old Town. It looks like it's very easy to do that. Like there's a pathway. It's very safe. So great to explore on your own. We'll just leave it at that because that'll be on our other video.
We finished up the second leg in Buenos Aires. Now in Buenos Aires, you will stay on the ship for 3 days, 2 nights, and you will actually stay on the ship in Buenos Aires. You won't have to get a hotel or anything like that.
Yes, we had wondered. So it was nice. So we had 2 full days to go exploring. Actually 3 full days. Oh, we didn't explore every day.
No, we didn't explore every day because we're going to be here for 5 days or 5 weeks.
Yes, that's true. We're going to be here for a while. So again, watch our other channel. But we did something so fun.
Oh my word. So, history lesson about Argentina. It's not even a history lesson. It's just a lesson. They love barbecued meat. They love fine wine.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to a lunch at one of TripAdvisor's
best fine dining restaurant of 2025 in the world. Not that expensive like you would think.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was fantastic. We are working on a video on that. If it's up already, we'll put it below. If not, be sure to subscribe. But it's worth it. And an interesting thing. So the first day we went to Buenos Aires, we stuck around the port area and we were trying to figure things out. I would not even bother walking around there. It's like there's not a lot to see and there's a lot of crazy people and homeless people. And, I mean, we had to step over a couple like homeless situations just trying to cross a bridge to get to the other side of the highway. It's just not a great place to be. So go into one of the real neighborhoods. If you need to take a taxi to get there, they're not that expensive. We use Cabify app, which is
very
like Uber.
Yeah.
I think they do have Uber there too, but it wasn't showing anything available. So Cabify app is like a taxi app, but at least you know the price and you don't have to communicate in a different language.
Correct.
So there's several major neighborhoods of Buenos Aires. We went to the Palermo neighborhood, which is really cool. We're going to be back there for 5 weeks. But there's also other great ones. Go to your destination talk on your ship and get an idea of what neighborhood you want to go to. And then just take a cab because there's some really awesome places, but they're not at the port.
Right. So, Argentina in a nutshell, check out our videos on it. Okay. So once you leave Buenos Aires, Argentina, you're going to stop at Punta Arenas, Chile. You're going to go back to Ushuaia. And then you're going to head straight down to Antarctica.
So you're duplicating a little bit for the value of the people on the third leg, and because that's just how you get there.
Right.
And then you Scenic cruise across the Drake Passage. Heading across the famous legend Drake Passage. You can see how treacherous it is. Well, the boat's rocking, but no more than any other ocean. Slightly rough day on any other ocean. To Antarctica.
And you spend 4 days in Antarctica and see our video because the views
so we've got a couple different videos on that. And you guys, if you've been to Alaska or you've been to fjords in Norway or New Zealand or what, this is nothing like that. This is mind blowing. Okay. There's so much wildlife, and I will say that there was wildlife all the way down. I think we first saw whales on the first leg.
Yeah, so humorous point of wildlife when we talk about wildlife in Antarctica. There's a ton of it, and there are different species of whales and different species of penguins and different species of birds.
And there's seals and sea lions.
Right.
But
that's your wildlife.
You may or may not see it. It's not like a guarantee. You know, wildlife is never a guarantee. You have to be looking. It's not like they call it out, they say, here's wildlife, run and look. It's gone by then. You have to be paying attention. You have to just be sitting there looking, hopefully with your binoculars. Wildlife doesn't always happen right next to your boat. It's not necessarily what you've seen on YouTube where you've got these huge breaching whales. You know, you might get that, or you might get them just rolling in the water or flapping a fin or their tail going down. You don't know. So you just have to pay attention and take what you get. The penguins, so cute in Antarctica. There's no way you can miss seeing penguins. They're just
everywhere,
all over the place. But again, if you don't have the binoculars, you're not going to be seeing them up close. They do just swim, and they go in groups swimming, like right by the boat. But they're so fast, it's hard to tell exactly like what kind of penguin they are.
They're not swimming like ducks where they're on top of the water. They're porpoising, so they're going up and down, up and down, up and down,
they're
up and down.
so cute.
They are.
But a lot of people, even after watching this for days, are going, look at those fish jumping. They're penguins. Okay, so pay attention to penguins. They're not fish jumping. They're penguins.
Yeah, and like I say, it's a monochromatic, I believe was a word I learned. Monochromatic scenery, but yet it is so freaking stunning.
And the icebergs were the biggest surprise.
Oh.
Just these massive. So you start coming in and there's like small ones and you're like, wow. Then by the end, there's these icebergs that are like a building, like a multi-story building. They're 3 times the size of the ship.
I never really understood how an iceberg could sink a ship like the Titanic. But then when we're down here, I'm looking at these icebergs going, that's bigger than the ship we're on.
Yeah, it's crazy. The icebergs were some of the best part. They look like different things.
Yeah.
And there's sea life floating by on the iceberg sometimes. We saw a Weddell seal just laying there taking a nap. We saw penguins looking like, oh crap, where are we going? Like, it was funny.
Every now and then you see a penguin one little penguin on a block of ice floating by, and he's just looking lost, like, what happened?
So fun, you guys.
Where'd all my friends go?
There's tons of whales.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to watch for them. Supposedly there's orcas. We never saw them. If you already know us, you know I am in search of orcas. Haven't seen one yet in the wild. But it's so beautiful. It really makes you think. We've got a video up on just the big thoughts it conjures when you're in the Antarctic region. You're going across the around the end of the peninsula. So
Arctic Peninsula, yes.
You're seeing the Arctic Peninsula and then some of the islands and inlets as you go between. And then I think the last stop is basically Elephant Island, which is very historical. Beautiful. It was a great finale because the biggest icebergs were out there.
Yeah.
And it was something else.
So, I mean, like we said, we wanted to summarize what this cruise was like. And as you can tell, we can't stop talking about it.
No. And on the way back, you're back at the Falkland Islands. If you didn't get enough of penguins, you got one more chance. You're back in Montevideo, Uruguay, and you then end in Buenos Aires. And I would really encourage you to stay there and visit for a while afterwards. There's no words.
No words.
There's no words to say how great this cruise was. And we cruise about half the year. We just got back from the Arctic, from Norway, from that side of Europe, from the UK, all around it, from Iceland, from the entire Mediterranean. Nothing holds a candle to it. We've been to Alaska twice. We've been all over the Caribbean. We've been across the Pacific. We've been between Australia and New Zealand. We've seen the fjords. We've been to the islands of the South Pacific. This is unlike anywhere we've been.
Nope, pretty cool.
Sorry. if you can do this, do it. This is a bucket list trip, and it was great all the way down, but don't miss Antarctica.
Absolutely.
It is something else. So sorry, I didn't mean to cry, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, we've got a lot more. We're going to pop up at the end a playlist you can click on that has all of our Antarctic content that's on this channel. Don't forget to also check out our other channel. Look in the descriptions. There's links to a bunch of videos we've mentioned and products that we've mentioned. And we are going to be doing a packing video if you want to see exactly what we packed. We did not spend a lot of money on it. We travel full time. That means as soon as it gets hot again, we dump all our cold weather stuff. So we're not spending a ton of money, but we were plenty warm.
Yeah.
And we'll show you what we bought.
Absolutely. And you know what, guys? Like, subscribe, leave comments. Most of all, look for us as we look for you out on the seas.
And if you have been through the Drake Passage, please tell us what it was like when you went through. I want to know.
Let's hear it for our two trees and yourself. Let's hear it for yourself.
The Sapphire Princess had so many different Christmas activities going on that even full-time travelers like us, we didn't miss home. It was so nice. They had everything from decorations, Santa Claus for the kids, and food that you just would not believe. This was really a great Christmas on the ship.
Okay, salute.
Okay, so you taste the whiskey.
And then taste your beer.
And then you chase it with a beer. And there's like a little snack pairing. This is pretty cool. I don't know how we're going to do a wine tasting after this, but...
Wow. Right, so we had Cilante whiskey. It's Irish whiskey. And it was teamed with 4 different beers to bring out different flavors. It's actually really good.
Yeah, it was super interesting, huh? That's fun.
When we weren't looking outside at nature, we were participating in all sorts of educational talks. Everything from the history of Antarctica to the wildlife of Antarctica. They were handing out certificates to commemorate the moment of crossing into the Antarctic Ocean. And they even did a polar dip, which... So much noise, so much music going on, but I just want to say, Happy New Year. I love you.
It's 2026, and boy, do we have plans. It's going to be a great year. So it's 2027. We already got that plan too.
So don't forget, like, subscribe, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! It's only dark for 3 hours, or actually like 2.5 hours a night.
Let's say we walk down the outside of the ship.
Okay.
Let's go. It's foggy.
It's cold, but it's not that
No,
I mean, Antarctica, you'd think you had to be totally bundled up, and you don't. I mean, for a few minutes, it's okay in a sweater. Like maybe 3 minutes.
so in other words, walk fast. Hey guys, thanks for traveling with us. If you want to keep exploring with us, click one of the videos on your screen. And remember, don't wait for someday. Travel bigger now.